Hello, this is your premiere episode of A Yorkshire Office with me, Sam, Chris.
Hi. We're
Ebony,
back.
no, Ebony.
Hello.
And today's guest at Martine Box.
Hello.
How are we all?
For a Monday?
For a Monday.
For a Monday.
Lovely.
Lovely.
I'm very well. How are you?
It's very Monday outside.
I don't think it is too Monday.
It's Monday outside.
Well, it is Monday, but I don't think it's too Monday.
It's very cold and I'm worried about the snow later on this week. I'm heading to London.
I didn't know there was snow.
There's snow coming Thursday.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm worried I'm going to be stuck down in the south with the southerners.
Hey, we've got Southerners that might listen. Shh. You don't want to.
We have lots of Southern customers, Chris.
Yes.
And we love them all very much.
Our water's harder than you.
It is, to be fair.
Did you hear about the there is a difference in Yorkshire tea? They make the product different.
Yeah.
For the southerners and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It comes in like a red box. It's weird.
The hard water.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's true. They sell a different type of tea bag.
Because our water's so much better.
I only learnt that the other
Look
week.
at Ebony's face. I mean, you guys can't see it, but Ebony, her mind is blown.
So they do two different types of Yorkshire tea?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, there's a whole range of Yorkshire tea Gold.
No way.
What is Yorkshire Tea Gold?
Premium.
Premium.
It's beautiful.
Posh tea.
Posh
Posh
tea.
tea.
I think
Is
it's
it like
it's
an
just
Earl
richer.
Grey?
Richer.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I think they sell that in Betty's.
We'll find that out for next
Probably.
week. Or if you want to email in, we do have an email address.
We do.
It is podcast@acsgroup.
Group.co.uk.
Fantastic.
Tell that's the first time you've done that, Chris.
It's the first time I've done it. I have got on my notes mention email address. I haven't even put the email address down.
Podcast@acsgroup.co.uk. So if you want to send in any ideas for what we can talk about, because we don't have a clue, feel free to.
Drop us a line. We're here. We're here to read your stories.
Yeah, so we're sort of a podcast that talks about everything. Nothing in particular, just interesting stuff.
No filters.
No filters. We'll
No
talk
rule.
a little bit about business, but
A little
not
bit.
not
No
too
rules.
much. You're not going to be bored.
No, we don't have the shackles of consumer radio. We can say what we want.
We can indeed.
And I will try that.
Imagine us as BBC 4.
I've never listened to Radio 4. What is it?
The look on Chris's face then. It's a political radio station.
No,
It's not
no.
good.
That's not us.
We're like Andrew Tate without the misogyny.
Okay. Moving on.
That's a no then.
Yep.
Yeah. So we are ACS. We're a B2B business to business thing. Office place. We sell things.
Office products and services supplier.
Thank you,
Is that
Sam.
Good description, T?
Perfect.
I think so.
And we've been tasked with making a podcast, a weekly, bi-weekly. We haven't decided yet. Whenever we can be bothered, whenever we've got time.
Yeah.
Little podcast. We want to just discuss what we do, what we're about, and what do you do. We want to mix our office into your office. We want to move into your office. What do you talk about?
Not literally. We're
Not
happy
literally.
with our office
Yeah,
environment. It's
we're
very
not.
nice.
We're not coming into your office. You won't want us in, but we would like to merge our office ideas, our office discussions, into one. So let's see what we have in common. I guess it's like a dating show for offices.
We're gonna swipe right on your business.
Yeah, swipe right.
That sounds questionable.
Can you imagine that all the companies on the actual app?
That's how what
Like a
LinkedIn
Tinder
need
for
to do.
businesses do not want to deal with them. Swipe left, I guess. Left.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
we can give you Gold Yorkshire tea.
Gold
I think we need to trademark that before
Yeah, we're
LinkedIn
gonna-
listen in.
Yeah, we're going
And-
to
and
teabag
steal
other
it.
businesses.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah.
Speaking of LinkedIn, I believe you've got some content to share with us.
No.
Oh.
Yes, I mean, I scroll regularly through LinkedIn. I don't tend to do much work. But LinkedIn, yeah, there are a lot of weird people on LinkedIn, and I get that some people use it for business chat, for promoting their businesses. You then obviously get the roided up idiots who like to state that they go to the gym 5 a.m. I'm better than you kind of people.
With a protein shake.
Protein shake. I wake up at 5 a.m.
I feel like some of the ACS staff are not going to like that comment.
Yeah, I go, well, yeah, but they don't boast about it. There's
True.
I get if you want to go to the gym at that time, it's perfectly fine, but don't tell me that you're better than me by going to the gym at 5 a.m. and starting work at 7. I'm in the office from 8. I'm one of the first people here, and I just spend the first hour on topgear.com.
Me and Ebony here at 9:10.
9:10?
9:10, yeah.
That's our start
I
time.
hope not.
I forgot our boss was here.
But yeah, there's weird people. I found out something the other day. It was called podding. I think pod. I've left my notes downstairs. No, podding. Where a group of people get together and sort of big each other up, almost like a circle jerk for LinkedIn. People just
like for like.
Almost like for like, kind of just bigging each other up, and then but also use it in a negative term. They will jump on other businesses and give it it's almost like TripAdvisor for LinkedIn. They'll jump on and give it negative reviews. There are strange people on there. That
is a toxic idea.
But yeah, and then you get the people who think LinkedIn shouldn't be a Facebook thing. I don't mind sometimes people sharing about their lives. I like to know that people are human. I like to know what people are doing.
Well, it's exactly why we've got this podcast.
It is. It's letting you know that we are human. We're not robots. We're not a call center. I like to know what people are doing. Maybe if I'm connecting with them.
Yep.
Finding out what their interests are. I like LinkedIn now and again, but sometimes it is a source for bad as well.
A source for bad, yeah. That's an understatement, I think.
But also in internet. Again, thing there. I've got some funny. I say funny, depends on how funny you find them. Some little stories that I've found on the internet over the past week, things that have happened. You've all heard of the excuse, the dog has eaten my homework?
I have.
Yes.
Has the dog ever eaten your homework?
It has actually.
Has it?
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't think I believe you, Ebony.
Well, this dog, his name was Cecil.
Dog ate my PO.
We could use that one.
We could, yeah.
Why's that order not gone on? A dog, a golden doodle named Cecil. Already think he's the cutest dog in the world. From Pennsylvania in the United States of A. He ate, not the homework, but £4,000 in cash.
What?
£4,000.
Oh my word.
Why did they have £4,000 in cash, you ask? It was to pay their gardener.
Their gardener who is growing what exactly?
I don't know.
Must have a very big garden.
Very big garden. I'm in the wrong job.
An expensive crop, I think.
Yes. A herbal remedy.
I think so, yeah. You can't have $4,000 for a gardener. There's no way.
Well, it depends what they've been doing. However, apparently in the United States of A, you can return the money to the bank if the serial number is visible, which is what these owners decided to do. They salvaged.
The money's been eaten.
Salvaged from both ends as much as they could get.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Bringing another term to money laundering. They managed to wash it, and they managed to save $3,550 of it.
Wow.
So that dog's gone up in value by $450.
Chris, can I ask a question?
You may.
Is the dog still alive?
Dog's fine.
Oh,
Richer.
thank goodness.
Richer.
Yeah.
It's a very it's good for you, is cash. It's obviously beneficial.
Yeah.
Cash is key.
Yeah. When people say eat your money, that dog took it literally. So yeah, they managed to save some money, which, it's a heartwarming story.
I wonder how many hours they were sifting.
I'll imagine if you've eaten it in one go, it's going to come out in one go. But apparently, because obviously it's money and it's paper and stuff, the dog threw some up. The dog managed to digest some stuff.
What breed was the dog?
It was a golden doodle.
Oh,
I like you're asking the important questions.
What's the breed?
Aren't they quite small dogs?
Golden doodles? No, they're...
Because it's like a golden
Poodle.
retriever.
Yeah, mixed with a poodle.
Is it a poodle?
So it's got the size of a
Probably
retriever.
quite big.
Yeah, bigger than Frosty.
Anything's bigger than Frosty.
Yeah. By the way, we also have an office dog. He's technically my dog.
He's not here.
He's not here. He's not allowed in because all he does is bark for treats. But yeah, we have a little white cockapoo. He's been here 4 years, just over 4 years.
It feels like forever.
4 years. He's
here every day, isn't he?
He's here every day. He likes to sleep under my desk. If you'd like to follow him, he's on Instagram, Frosty in the Office. find out all his little adventures. He's actually coming to London with me this week. A customer has requested his presence.
Oh,
So I'm
that's
taking it on his
amazing.
first little outing. We're going on
Is
the
he going
train.
to put a little suit on?
Yep, we found a dog friendly hotel in London,
Oh
and
my
he's coming
gosh.
to meet a
Aw.
customer.
I
of
must
ours.
say, when customers do come in, they do love seeing Frosty.
They prefer it to people.
He's been on Teams calls. He's been in board meetings.
He's
hasn't
been
he?
he's been in meetings. I think didn't we win a contract once purely because of Frosty?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they came in and I think we won it purely on the.
I
fact
feel
that we
like
had
there
an
must have been
office
other factors that made us win.
I mean, great value and choice, but Frosty.
Yeah.
But I think, in terms of the office dog, it was more done for employee welfare, and I do think that's really helped as well, hasn't it? On a serious note, so it does help with people's moods, anxiety. So I do believe he's a very great asset to the business.
He is.
He
Yeah.
is good when you just need a cuddle. You can just go up and
Need a cuddle.
He
Or
might
if you need
run
to chase
away,
down the
but-
office.
Yeah.
I mean, he does like to get a little bit overprotective, but I think he's been wonderful. If you have an office dog, let us know. We'd like to see the pictures of your office dogs.
Oh yeah, definitely send in photos.
Yeah,
please.
send in photos of just, even if it's not your dog, just take a picture. I love seeing dog photos. Podcast at acsgroup.co.uk.
Yeah, you
Send us
remembered
your
it.
dogs.
Send us your dogs.
I love dogs.
Pictures.
Oh yeah, not literally.
Yeah, not literally. Other stories. This one blows my mind. So, TikTok.
Oh god,
I know.
it's going to be bad. Whatever it is,
already,
it's going to be bad.
if it's a TikTok story, it's going to be bad. When I first read it, I thought America, because I know years ago Americans were eating those. They call them pod things.
Oh, Tide Pods.
Yeah, Tide
Yeah,
Pods.
the little laundry
detergent tablets. Kids were eating those for some reason.
What?
Kids
it
might
was
have
a
died.
trend.
It was a trend. It was someone thought it was funny. However, this one's from South Korea. You know, I mean, we know they eat some strange items. But South Korea's food ministry has urged people not to eat green fried toothpicks.
I didn't know people made green fried
So
toothpicks.
I'll elaborate on this, because obviously when we think toothpicks, we think small wood,
Yeah.
and or plastic. So basically, in South Korea, it's almost an environmental thing. Weirdly, they are made from basically they look like skinny curly fries. They're made from sweet potato or cornstarch.
Oh, so they are a food item.
No, because they're mixed with other things.
Okay.
Technically, I think someone's read that they are made from sweet potato and thought they would look really nice deep fried. So people are going into restaurants and requesting these. One's deep
So
fried.
it's not wood.
It's not wood. It is made technically from food, but it's also mixed with other things. A thing called sorbitol, I think I read somewhere, if I can find it. An ingredient called sorbitol is used, and while it is harmless in small amounts, it can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and inflammation if overconsumed.
Bit like the dog.
Yeah, bit like the dog. However, once deep fried, the toothpicks resemble jade-coloured, skinny curly fries. There have been clips on people eating them, receiving thousands of likes and shares on social media. The clips show toothpicks being cooked in oil and topped with seasonings such as powdered cheese.
Honestly, you're making it sound quite nice.
Yeah, it's like loaded fries, but with toothpicks.
Edible toothpick.
This is one quote I
Slightly
pulled.
edible.
This is one quote I pulled, and this is very descriptive. One TikTok user declared, "It's very crispy."
Well,
I'm sure it will be.
that makes sense.
So yeah, apparently young children have been going into restaurants and requesting toothpick
Out of
fries
interest.
as a result.
Chris,
Not on a menu.
Chris, can we get them? Can we get them in the office?
We can. I'm sure.
We could order on
yeah,
Amazon.
you can buy anything on Amazon.
I think we should try it and do the toothpick.
Toothpick challenge.
edible
I mean, it
challenge.
says
Don't.
in small amounts, so I'm happy to
Out of interest, if you get a bit of the toothpick stuck in your teeth, do you have to then use another toothpick?
You have to use a real toothpick. we have to use the good old British made wooden toothpicks to remove the.
If we all end up poorly, Chris, we're blaming you.
I think
No,
it was
no, no.
Martine's idea.
Yeah, if anything, that's on recording. We're blaming TikTok.
Yes.
So thank you, South Korea.
Thank
for,
you so
for that
much.
new delicacy.
And thank you, Martine, for suggesting that we try.
COVID 2.0 coming
Anytime, Sam. Anytime.
up. This one I really enjoyed. A pigeon accused of being a Chinese
I saw
spy.
this.
This is brilliant, honestly.
What?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Wait till you hear Martine.
Oh, it's great. A pigeon accused of being a Chinese spy has been cleared by police and released back into the wild.
After spending 8 months
8 months
in prison.
So apparently the
I
bird...
don't think it was prison.
It says prison on
Well, it's
ITV
bird prison.
News.
Bird prison.
Bird prison. The bird was detained by officers after it was captured in May last year near a port in Mumbai. A news agency
So
in
it
India has
wasn't
reported.
even here.
No.
Okay.
No, this is the Indians.
All right. I thought we'd captured it.
It was found with 2 rings tied to its legs, like a pigeon usually does, featuring words that appeared to be Chinese.
Were they Chinese?
We don't know.
Okay, so
Detectives suspected the pigeon was involved in espionage and took it in before later sending it to Mumbai's Bhai Sakarabai Dinshor Petit Hospital for Animals. However, after 8 months in captivity, it emerged that the creature was an open water racing bird from Taiwan, which had escaped and flown to India. This is why we need bird passports.
No.
they fly
Across borders.
across borders.
If I have to fly across a border and wait in a small room and give my birds,
What I'm wondering is the 8 months that it was incarcerated for. What were they doing? Were they investigating? Were they questioning the pigeon?
no, they'd bolted his wings to a table and were waterboarding him for information.
Tell us who you work
Yeah,
for.
tell us. James Pond came out.
Oh, we need a ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding.
well,
Ding, ding.
put it in post.
Yeah.
Police then approved the bird's transfer to the Bombay Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, where the doctors set free the falsely accused avian on Tuesday, some time ago. So
I wonder if they gave it compensation for the time it.
wrongly accused. Yeah.
Yeah. It's-
Who a bird?
But yeah, so that they're. The Florida story of the week. We're going to do one of these. So have you heard of the thing on the internet you can do if you type in, I think, is it your name or a date
anything.
plus and then add Florida news story at the end.
Yeah.
Basically, in Florida, in America, you can
Do anything.
well, you can do anything. They do anything. But the media has the right to release the story immediately. There's no sort of media hush on it. Like, just hold on, let's get the facts. There you go. No, this has happened. We're reporting it. So a woman is suing Hershey's chocolate. Basically the American version of Cadbury's, but it just tastes awful, for $5 million, roughly $3.9 million in damages, because the Halloween-inspired chocolate didn't have a smiley face on it.
What?
Damages.
What?
In damages.
What?
She was damaged from this.
Don't say that she's going to get away with that and get the money.
It's America. Donald Trump got president, so
And could again.
could again.
But we're not
Dangerous.
political.
We're not political.
No,
we
let's
don't
not
choose
talk
sides.
Trump.
But Cynthia Kelly from Florida argued she bought them because she liked the artistic design of the holiday sweeties. She was especially fond of the cute-looking eyes and mouth shown on the packets of the peanut butter pumpkins, prompting her to spend $4.49 on them at an Aldi supermarket.
That's expensive for
I think
Aldi.
I think one of the shocks of this is Aldi's in America. I thought it was more just like Target and Walmart.
Yeah, maybe they're new in that market.
So, yeah, apparently. So, when she opened the bag, she found not only were the facial features missing, there were no carvings whatsoever.
Oh, that is disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm going to sue Kellogg because I opened my Frosties this morning and there was no Tony the Tiger inside.
They used to be.
Not anymore.
Back in the day,
Not
they
anymore.
used to put
Kellogg's, I'm
crap
coming.
in.
Kellogg's, I'm coming for you. So her legal case, a class action lawsuit seeking at least $5 million or 1.1 million bags of peanut butter pumpkins.
But she won't buy them.
She won't accept those because they don't have a face. Accuses the chalky conglomerate of being materially misleading.
Oh my gosh.
You can sue people for anything nowadays.
You can do. What?
Certainly you can in America.
What is she? What damage? What? The damage is $4.50 or whatever it was.
Yeah, you just get your money back. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
there's no face on this. Can I have a
She's
refund?
emotionally damaged, Sam.
That does make sense. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
for opening, it's like me opening a Cadbury's thing and it doesn't say dairy milk on it. I'm fuming.
We've missed a trick.
We are missing a trick. It's the UK legal justice system. It's too good. Oh, bloody Americans! But that's our Florida story of the week. I'm going to try and find one each time we do this one because
It will be very easy.
I don't think I've read any of those in the media, Chris.
Honestly, it's worth putting your date of birth in. Florida man, you'll get an amazing story.
Florida man, Florida woman. Let's not be sexist.
No, the thing is Florida man.
Florida man. No, but this one's a woman.
Oh, yeah,
Florida
of course.
woman. Yeah.
True.
Florida then.
Florida then.
Anything, just put Florida story. So that's my roundup of the weird stories of the week.
Awesome. So, obviously, we've got you and Teen. Shall we ask you some difficult questions?
Oh, only if we have to.
I feel like we have to. There's no other reason for you being here. We've got to ask some difficult questions. So, Martine, you've been recently promoted to Group Sales Director. I just want to know what that entails and what challenges you've faced day to day.
A lot of work.
Yeah, I bet. Judging by we're recording this half an hour late because you were doing work, I can imagine.
Disgusting.
Yes. Well, listen, sales isn't for the faint-hearted, is it? No. So yeah, the day-to-day job is obviously we have sales divisions, and so I obviously oversee the sales floor.
Yes.
So we have a really good atmosphere office, I would say, with lots of people
and
coming in. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got a new addition.
Where?
It's called Danny Bear, and he's a bear, big teddy bear, that we gave away last week in a sales promotion, and so he's going to be our mascot now.
I found out when you search bear on the internet.
No, don't search bear on the internet. Is the answer to
different? Well, to be fair, I searched bear. Bears making love.
The bear enjoys content. Other than that, we will not discuss further.
But Danny Bear, yeah, great addition.
He's got his own desk as Danny Bear.
He does. If you've not seen it, it's worth going on our LinkedIn. I assume it's on Instagram, if not.
I think Ebony, you posted a picture of your lovely bear on Friday.
Yeah, he was working hard.
Get on Ebony's Instagram.
I'll
LinkedIn. Sorry, don't go on Ebony's Instagram. Don't.
No.
Sorry.
Continue, Martine.
Sorry.
Yeah, so sorry, I don't really want to go into too much detail because I think I'll bore you all if I'm honest.
Maybe. But so obviously with that much work and that much stress that comes with it, you're a working mum. How do you handle that work-life balance and making sure that you don't end up overstressed and taking it home with you?
Well, I don't know how my children will say I cope with that. But yeah, I think it's really important to separate the two. Yeah. So I think I've been really good throughout my career of compartmentalizing it. So obviously when I come in, that's when my job starts. Yeah. But equally when I go home and get home from work, I can actually shut that door and be a mum, so to speak.
That makes sense.
So I think that's really important. You can't be obviously worrying.
Forcing yourself to turn off.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that's a really good way of trying to juggle everything. But yeah, you are spinning lots of plates, but aren't many people now in the year where we are. It's social media, messaging, emails, everything.
It's so easy to get hold of people when you shouldn't really be doing it as well. And that is not great, I don't think.
We went to the cinema on Saturday, so I went to the cinema with my two daughters, and I think that's really good going to watch a movie because you literally have to put your phone in your bag for 2 hours.
Some people do.
What movie?
Mean Girls.
Is there a new one?
It's a musical. Ebony, it is amazing. So
I have seen like the promoted trailer on thing. Is it a remake?
Yes. So Mean Girls, obviously, initially was Lindsay Lohan, and she does a guest appearance in the new film, but it is like a musical. So if you think about like High School Musical, which my daughters used to love being children, it's kind of a funny version of a musical. So it's actually really funny. I was laughing all the way through the cinema. Gosh. And when you laugh out loud, I think that's a sign of a good film.
I think I've only ever laughed out loud once at a film, and it was the Barbie film.
I watched that this weekend.
It's terrible in every way.
I love that too.
I found myself I find a lot of things funny, but I found myself thinking, I'm going to watch the Barbie film. I'm going to, I've watched Oppenheimer. Let's do both sides of the coin. And I found myself going,
yeah.
Hi Ken.
I had that.
Hi Ken. Hi Ken. Hi Ken.
Oh, there was just certain little things were brilliant.
The moment that Ken went in the back and just shouted out "Sublime," I had to leave the cinema. I was gonna wet myself. I had to just go. Sorry, I'm going to have to just abort for a minute and come back.
What about the guy who wasn't Ken? I've forgotten his name.
Alan.
Brilliant.
It was
Alan.
it was some of the commentator who just kind of dropped in, just going, yeah, we don't do that.
No.
Well, like Nora, she was discontinued.
Yeah.
The pregnant Barbie.
Alan, what a great name.
It
Alan.
represents him perfectly.
Have you not seen it, Ebenezer?
I've seen it, yes.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Movie.
Very, I understand the message behind it, but I just think it was very cringy.
It was terrible. And
Like when they were on the
same
beach,
time.
when they were on the beach and
I'm gonna
they
beat
were
you off.
having the fight on the beach, I was just a bit.
I'm just a beach Ken. I can't go
Can't
in the
even
water.
beat yourself and beat you off.
I think we went off on a tangent there.
A little
Sorry,
bit.
Sam.
No,
Yeah.
that's kind of the idea. We've got questions in place just to ask you so that we can keep a conversation going, so we get some little insights.
Pull her back. Grab the rope. Pull her back in.
Okay. So, are there any standout moments that shaped your career that you want to share with us? I know it's a difficult question.
Good question. You're putting me on the spot here, Sam. I think one of the most successful things has probably been our succession planning. So obviously in sales, it's all about business growth. So we need people who are really ambitious, driven, and obviously, we've got to grow the business first and foremost. That's, why we're here, and part of the success is that. So I think really feel really lucky, actually, and quite fortunate that I work with some really good people around. I think I've always said, mantra, surround yourself with the best. And I feel that's really important because then you're all pushing each other. And I feel we have got a really good leadership team on the sales channel floor. And obviously we've got some really great salespeople. So whereas, yes, you're working with people who will challenge you every day and obviously challenge the status quo, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because we all then can be better together. So I'd say that, really, it's great to see someone who's, sort of come up and is doing well and, with succession plan and put that in place.
Just on that, it is the National Apprenticeship Week this week.
Yeah.
I think we're referring to it as Academy Week because that's what we call our apprentices. They're part of our academy. So if you could give them a piece of advice, what would it be?
Yeah, so I mean, what I would say is the advert was great this morning on our LinkedIn page.
Again, follow the LinkedIn.
So we did a bit of an advert to introduce the apprentices. So we have a great partnership with Shipley College, which is one of our local colleges. And I am hands-on trying to speak to them. And I would say two things is probably attitude. So that's really important, really hard from coming in from college to then coming into an office like ours and working sort of 9 till 5 Monday to Friday.
Difference.
Big difference. But they've got a brilliant opportunity to really sort of develop their skills in IT because obviously the academy is predominantly selling IT and IT support and services. And I would say attitude and consistency because obviously they can't be good at everything straight away. So it's about learning.
Terrible as an apprentice.
Who was not sad?
Yeah, I know. I think a lot of apprentices at the first few months it can be very difficult adjusting, and then once you sort of get the hang around it, you grow very quickly. I think.
Yeah.
Especially with the support we get from ACS.
I think you're also quite allowed to be yourself here as well. It's not once you come in the academy, you're not taught almost like robot style. You're not.
Yeah.
Be yourself, but use that to your advantage.
No, you're right, Chris. It's so important. You can't clone people, and so yeah, you're right. We've got some great personalities. So for us, it's really important that we get that personality out. What makes our job easier is being more interesting. Customers want to know. We're going to make them happy, or we can do something for them. It's not just about being a robot doing a script. It's about your personality.
Absolutely. And just on that, it's going to be my last question before we take a little break for our game show, as I'm going to call it. Obviously, we do give a lot of freedom to people because we're salespeople and we need it. How do you manage that without it going too far and people maybe not doing what they're supposed to be doing? I think Chris is a great example of someone that does no work.
Thank you. Please.
Chris, why do you betray this? You do lots of work.
Please advise me.
Well, and I suppose you're right. You can't judge everyone the same, and I think you have to treat everyone individually. So what works for one person might not work for another person.
Yeah.
So it's really important you know your people, and I think that's a key part of it. So once you know your people, you kind of then can gauge how to get the best out of them, and it's like a partnership. We're here for a third of your daily life.
Yeah.
You sleep for a third if you're a good sleeper like myself. So you get a good 6, 7, 8 hours sleep. Then obviously you're at home and then you're at work. So it's half of your waking day is being here. So it's really important you enjoy what you do. And if you don't, then it just makes your life harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think you've got to enjoy it. So yeah, it is difficult. We've got a lot of interesting personalities. I could tell you some right stories, guys, but I'm not going to. But we're a team, so we help each other. And if someone is going a little bit off piece and stray, we'll try and help get them back.
Have that chat.
And be honest. Yeah, you just got to involve people. Inform them and involve them. They want to be included in what we do. So part of this podcast, which is a great idea, is that we'll come together, and it's great that Evan is here.
We'll find out why soon.
Yeah, we'll find out why. I don't know why you're here, Evanet, but it's great to see you.
Oh, you'll see.
And throughout, hopefully, the podcast, we'll get to meet, some of our employees along the way as well.
We're aiming to have some employees, some suppliers if we can.
Special guests,
and just sort of have that honest chat with people and getting to know people. That's the aim, I think.
Which to be fair, I do want to make a quick mention to. We have an ACS ambassador for our sustainability, and I just want to give a big shout out to Mr. Nick Hollis. We'll go more into his. Hopefully, we'll get him in at some point soon, and discuss all about all his sustainability efforts and environmental things. But yeah, he's in the middle of. Well, I say in the middle. He's about to complete it.
He's completed it now.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't done
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the. Yeah.
No, so he's doing the 721 challenge, which is the 7 highest mountains in the world. I think one on each continent.
Yes.
So he's completed them. He's skied to the South Pole, and he is just as of last Friday, which was the third. Second.
I had to pull up the calendar.
2nd of February, he completed his row against across the Atlantic, 50 days solo.
Mental.
I was following him every step of the way. I had the little tracker on every morning.
3,000 miles, wasn't it?
3,000 miles.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his tracking thing, sometimes he went 10 miles the wrong direction. I mean, he'll discuss everything. We're going to wait to have him on. I think the whole podcast when he comes on is just going to be listening to him because
we're not going to talk.
We're not going to talk. We're going to introduce and just let him ramble on because what a man.
I want to hear it as well.
And he's on. So Nick Hollis is his name. So again, you can find him on LinkedIn, Facebook.
Yeah, search
and like
721
Chris said,
challenge.
he's faced some real adversity with this challenge. I think his boat broke twice. And we were feeling it, wasn't we, all the way? So, yeah, really inspirational. And, that'd be brilliant if you get him
Shout
here.
out Nick Hollis, well done.
Come soon, Nick. Come and see us.
So that's that's the kind of special guest we have. We get celebrities on here already. Big celebrities, but
big celebrities. Martine Box.
Martine Box is the first celebrity, head of positivity. But now we'd like to quickly move on. We've got a little break in before we finish off our interview with Martine. We're going to do a little quiz. We have a little section in this podcast what we like to call.
My tummy is rumbling. Sorry.
It's the nerves.
It's the nerves.
It's the nerves.
Or lack of diet. We like to call this section, Are You Smarter Than Ebony? So every week we're going to have 5 simple questions.
Now I know why you're here, Ebony.
You're going to go against our guest, and we will ask that guest to leave. We're going to ask quick fire 5 questions. We're going to get your score, and then at the end of the year we'll see if you're smarter than most of the people within ACS. So Martine, if you'd like to remove your headphones and quietly leave the room, because these microphones pick up everything.
Absolutely.
Including the rumble in Ebony's tummy.
Sorry, guys.
I'll edit it and just put it in here.
Yeah. We can edit anything in.
Absolutely. If it didn't record it, that's just an awkward break.
I know. Sorry, guys.
We'll put it up so we'll wait for the door to shut.
Okay, Martine is out of the room.
Out of the room.
How are you feeling, Ebs?
A bit nervous. I'll try my best.
We've only got 5, so not too many.
5 questions. I mean, I've looked through them and Yeah, they're easy.
For you.
For me. So we'll start with question number 1, naturally.
Yeah.
How many colours are in the rainbow?
Do I get like 30 seconds to answer these?
Well, most people would take
0.
0 seconds. How many colours?
You're free to
Jesus.
just think about it.
I thought...
5.
Oh, dear.
Right. Go through them. See if you can work it out from that.
Basically, you've got that question
Yeah.
wrong.
Have you got the song?
Oh, we need to record this
Red
because...
and yellow and pink and orange and...
It's 7,
7,
but
sorry.
We're not allowing it because
It
you
is
guessed 5.
7.
Oh, I still got it right.
After
It's been a while since I've
it's
sung
been a
that
while.
song.
It's been a while since you've seen a rainbow. Fair enough.
We would have also accepted all of them. Just so you know.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
So
Did I get that right, though?
No, you didn't. You said
Alright.
5.
Okay.
And then we allowed you to read. Question number 2. Can you name the closest star to Earth?
The moon.
Oh, God. Do you know what a star is?
Oh,
It's the sun.
that's it. That's...
Yep.
The moon is a moon.
The moon is a moon. Brilliant. Question number 3.
Yeah, let's move on. What is the largest country in the world?
America.
No.
Go on, we'll give you a second attempt on this because you're doing that badly.
Largest country in the world.
Yeah, the
largest
biggest one, like the overall landmass.
Oh.
Go on.
Russia.
Yeah, we'll give you it.
Yay.
We'll give you it.
Will we?
Yeah, I'm giving it. She's got every question wrong. Give her it.
We'll see by the end.
Martine's going to win anyway.
Fair enough. Question
I'm
number
really
4.
bad at quizzes.
Question number 4.
That's why we got you on.
You should get this one. Come on, please. In the nursery rhyme, who sat on a wall before having a great fall?
Humpty Dumpty.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Yes,
Nice
Ebony.
one.
I'm on a roll now.
On a roll. You're on a roll. You've got one question left. Where does the US president live? And before you get quickfire, I will not accept America.
Alabama.
Jesus, how?
Alabama, Arkansas. It's
Where
not
does the
Alabama.
US president live?
In the White House.
I'm correct, but I'm not. I'm sorry, Alabama.
I'm going to go get Martine and I'll be back in a second.
please. Oh.
Oh, I'm crying. I think it's the pressure.
It's the pressure.
It went well, as you can see.
You're good, Ebony.
Oh, I did really bad.
Oh, she did really well. But you've got a big task on your hands, Martine. You've got to get 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. You've got to get 1 out of 5 to win.
No. You didn't get 1. Did you?
I said we should give her 2.
I said none because we basically gave her a second chance to answer most of the questions.
I feel a bit nervous.
I wouldn't.
They're really easy.
Question.
I was surprised she only got 1.
I was shocked with the first question. If you get the question number 1, team.
I've been crying.
How many colours are in the rainbow? She's counting on her fingers.
7.
7,
Yes.
yes. So Martine's already in the lead.
So,
Thank
By
God for that.
my standards.
so Ebony did get that question correct.
After
but
screaming out 5,
we could not accept it because she said 5 first.
and we let her play the little song in her head again. Question number 2. Can you name the closest star to Earth?
Sun.
Yeah.
Correct.
Martine.
Would you like to know Ebony's answer on that one?
Mars. What did you say? Mars.
The moon. Chris helpfully pointed out that the moon is indeed a moon, not a star.
Clues in the name.
Moon.
Question number 3. What is the largest country in the world?
In terms of
Land,
Land.
landmass.
Russia.
Russia.
Correct.
3 in a row.
I'm devastated.
Now this is the question that Ebony got correct.
Sorry, she did get 1 on my terms.
Yes.
A 1. In the nursery rhyme, who sat on a wall before having a great fall?
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Absolutely nailed it.
I'll auto-tune
That's the
that.
one I got right.
Oh yeah, I can't sing.
And then the final question, where does the US president live?
The White House.
White House.
Not Alabama?
Did you say?
Not Alabama.
Did you say Alabama? Ebony.
Not only did she say
the White House was in Alabama. Oh.
Not only did she
I
say
just thought
Alabama,
it lived there.
she quick fired like she was dead sort of like Alabama. Alabama. Yeah, I've got another one right. Alabama.
It doesn't say Sweet Home Alabama. Is that what you must have? Where are you from, Biden? Sweet Home Alabama.
That's what they play when he comes out instead.
Is that in Washington?
Oh, I'm really embarrassed.
He's got his own theme tune when he walks out.
At least I tried.
Like Theresa May did that time when she just like sorted him out and he comes out to Sweet Home Alabama.
That was ABBA, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm gonna jot that down. Ebony got 1. Martine got 5.
Oh,
Well
thank
done,
gosh.
Martine.
Sorry, Ed.
It's all right.
Well done, Martine. That
Thank
was
you.
totally unexpected.
I'm really embarrassed now.
You got one question right, and it was a difficult
I was so
one.
adamant on the answers I was giving.
You were.
This is the first one, so maybe they know to make it slightly easier for you next time.
I'll be honest, the questions came from a website that was titled
Kids questions.
Kids Trivia Question.
Aww.
Sorry for ripping off your content.
Aww.
Oh,
brilliant.
superb.
Ebony, fair play, well done.
Well done.
Yeah, and
It's
you're doing
taking
this.
part that counts.
Yeah,
It is.
Absolutely
You're
is,
doing
it
this
is.
for a Yorkshire office.
You're doing this for
Yeah.
every week.
It's all about the podcast.
I mean, you can imagine what it's like to work with me on a daily basis.
It's brilliant. That's all I'll say.
Superb.
Before we enjoyed that, we were questioning you, Martine. Not as per the Pigeon, just normal questions.
What do you know?
Tell me who you work for. And we also mentioned Nick Hollis. So obviously we've partnered with him partly because of his charitable activities. And I know you're a big advocate for charity, especially with local communities. Can you tell us a bit about that and why it's important for you?
Mention that we all slept together the other night as well.
Yeah, we did.
We did all sleep
Yeah,
together.
so 2 Fridays ago, not last Friday, but the Friday before, we did a big Bulls charity. Oh God, try to say that.
Bulls.
Big Bull charity sleepover. Dun dun dun. Big Bull charity sleepover. Yeah, you couldn't say that too many
No.
times fast.
Especially that
In
night.
fact, everyone around this table did that.
We all
So
slept
Oh,
together.
yes, we
Chris,
did.
Ebony, myself, and Sam was all
Well done,
there,
everyone.
and we had to sleep rough for the night. Why did we do it? Well, we were trying to raise money for homeless charities.
Yeah.
I read an article this morning. Well, it was actually from the Clothing Bank, and it was one of the charity partners that we actually work with. And what she was saying now is the new homeless isn't homeless. So there was people this weekend that got kicked out the rental accommodation. So families are going to be offered places in like a hotel. Obviously,
Right.
there's no kitchen facilities or anything.
Yeah.
So nowadays, homeless doesn't just mean somebody out on the streets who hasn't got a home. It's someone who, did have a home with things in the home and they've maybe got kicked out, so they've nowhere to go. So we actually did a sleepover. And
We did.
how much did we raise, guys? We did really well.
4,000.
We
ACS
raised 4,000 from an ACS point. I think in total, it was just over 15. I'll have to confirm them next week, but I think it was just over £15,000 in total.
Yeah, so there was
Very
over
good.
50 of us, like Chris said, sleeping over. And there was 4 local charities. So one is Focus for Hope, which is in Brighouse. Hello, Louise Reid, if you're listening. One was Calderdale Smart Move. One was obviously a local Bradford charity called Homeless Not Hopeless. And then obviously the Bradford Bulls Foundation, which do a lot in the Bradford area. So it equally gets split between the 4 charities. And it's all really going back to help resources, food, and things, items for people who obviously need help. So no, it was really good. And obviously
It was hard.
It was hard.
So hard.
The wind, because it's at Otsel Top. So Bradford Bulls obviously is the local rugby club in Bradford, and it's right at the top of the motorway, and it's got its own weather. It's fair to say.
Well,
hasn't
it's
it?
an open. It is basically. Odsal Stadium is basically a hole in the ground with seats around it. It's not built like a normal stadium. There's no protection apart from the roof. There was no protection from the elements. So when the wind came in, and it came in,
It felt like it was coming up from the floor.
It did,
I
yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
and it was
terrible.
-2. I
All
think I
night
checked my
It
phone.
was just banging, and the amount of wind was just insane.
It was -3 when I went to bed at midnight. And I mean, I had like some serious survival kit on, like what I go camping in, and even that wasn't enough. So God knows what it's like for these people who have a coat and a standard sleeping bag.
Yeah.
because I woke up in the middle of the night
People who
for no
don't
reason.
have what they need.
For no reason that other people screaming that they couldn't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cold.
It was cold, and I think it was actually fine that night, but all the toilets was blocked because it was so icy up there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the night after, we was all at home on the Saturday, and it was absolutely throwing it down.
It was.
And wind. And I think I got more emotional on the Saturday thinking of how people tonight would be sleeping out there
I
tonight.
spoke to one of the other people from ACS that took part. She's called Adele, and she said she was in a shop and saw all the food packages and just stared at them for a while, and just the emotion was so much for her. And I feel like we all felt that next day.
Yeah, you felt like that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I
really
felt-
touched you, didn't it?
Yeah, it was just. It's so hard. You know, we take things for granted, I think.
Absolutely.
And we did it for one night. That was one night.
Yeah.
And we had, I mean, not to brag, but we had like entertainment. We had pizzas. We had hot chocolate. These people don't have that as well. So they literally will just obviously sit there. So it was a hard, but it kind of makes you realise what they are going through. And next time you are...
I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad we do it. And
It was
I'll
an
do it next year.
educational piece, I think.
I'll do it next year.
And I think going back to your question, Sam, you know, it's important that, you know, as a business, we are a company in West Yorkshire, hence why we're called a Yorkshire office.
Yep.
But it's really important that we give back. You know, it isn't just about a business, the bottom line profit anymore. It's about the community that you're in, the ecosystem that you're in, and it's really important that we give back. So that's why we set up the social enterprise at ACS, and obviously we're going to have lots of challenges. We did a bike ride, didn't we, last year, Chris?
We did, yeah. We cycled
That
the
was
Leeds
tough.
Liverpool Canal. That was tough, especially towards the end when that storm came in. I don't think I've ever been as wet as that.
Oh.
I would have been easier, probably been drier cycling in the canal than the rain that came down.
Yeah, so but we raised quite a lot of money for that as well. So again, it's good for team building as well, as people, you know, we do like to get involved, and I think it's really good spirit for us as a business, and certainly it's definitely our culture.
Yeah.
Can
do and give back, and I think that's really important.
Absolutely.
Which I know, obviously, you mentioned that the clothing bank, they are our ACS charity that we donate to. So they do some wonderful things.
The
gift
clothing
packages.
bank is, I think, the one that I'm most proud that we work with.
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
our warehouse is full, and I mean, it's rammed full of bin bags of people just dropping clothes off, because we are a drop-off point for the area for the clothing bank. And now that people have overheard it, we are full. They have to bring a Luton van.
Yeah.
These bags can't just be put in the back of someone's boot and we'll drop them off. They have to bring a large van to fill up.
It's amazing. People have got on board with it, and like Chris says, the clothing bank is a charity, and they are really trying to go for 100,000 followers on Facebook. So I think pre-COVID they was on something like 3,000, and now they're over 80,000. So we're obviously one of their partners in terms of fundraising, and we also donate, you know, things to help them. So it's really important to know that if you come and drop off anything at the Yorkshire office, ACS Group, we are the build and collection point. But basically, it all goes to use.
Yeah.
So obviously, the clothing bank will recycle the clothing, and they will give out packs to people that have obviously
It's worth
reached
noting
out.
as well, it's not a local thing. If you are listening from far away, you'll probably have a drop-off centre close by.
Yes.
So if you want to help them get what they need, have a look on their website, have a look on Facebook, and consider dropping off some clothes.
And if
Yeah,
there isn't one,
yeah.
just find a similar charity.
Yeah.
There's plenty out there. We're not saying they're the only one. If there's not a clothing bank near you, don't worry. Donate your old clothes. They all go to good use.
It's just
They do.
amazing what they do, though, isn't it, Martine? I think you've been before. They pack up, depending on what age, whether you're male or female, they will pack up a week's worth of clothes for you, and then they'll ship it out to you
And
free
it's
of
tailored
charge.
to the person as well. They don't just give you random clothes. I know one that struck me a while ago was the story of the skater kid, being a little former skater kid myself, SK8 TER.
He's just a skater boy.
I thought you were saying your postcode for a second.
yeah. Skelsmarsdale.
You
I
still
think.
look like a skater kid.
Yeah,
Chris.
I've got my hood up at the moment.
Like a big kid.
I'm mundane today, but yeah, he came in, and I think at the time they didn't have any. He wanted to fit in or to be himself, and they didn't have anything at the time. But I think when he came back the next time, they'd gone out begging for clothes like that, and he came, and I think he got what he felt comfortable in.
And you always get new underwear, new socks, things like that as well.
Yeah.
Brand new,
which is something that some people might not think about as much.
Me.
And sometimes I think it's the kids who ask for help. You know, if it's so hard for them to ask for help. So some of the stories where it might be a college boy or someone needed a suit for a job interview and he got the job interview. There's some amazing stories, real life stories that help people with everyday life, and that's what the clothing bank is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all the questions I've got for you. So thank you so
Woohoo!
much.
Did I pass?
Pass.
Can I get a lollipop?
We'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah, no, thank you so much. That's really insightful and beneficial for us. Cheers.
Let's not waste too much of the stuff we go into, because we've got many podcasts to do. This is just the first. We'll research some content for next week. But I think that's time. Call time.
I think we can call time on that. Yeah.
Call time on that one. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Ebony,
having
for
me,
your entertainment.
Thanks,
Thanks, Ebony,
guys.
for losing the quiz. I'm glad that I won.
We'll get some easier questions next week.
Yes, please.
Awesome. And I'll just remind everyone now, if you've got any ideas for what you want to hear on this podcast or anyone that you want to join us, it's podcast@acsgroup.co.uk.
If anyone knows Ryan Reynolds, get in contact. We'd love to get him on. I'd love to get him on.
Can I also say, guys, I think you need a jingle.
I'm on with it.
Yes.
He is
I have a friend who's doing something, so we'll.
So unfortunately, we're not going to have a jingle for this episode, but it'll be coming.
It's incoming.
Great.
We're getting more professional as we go along.
You'll also notice that the sound will become a little bit better. We've managed to fix most of our issues that we were having in testing, but we are aiming to get some acoustic paneling.
We're gonna be so
sound
professional.
good.
It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be like the Andrew Tate podcast, but without this misogyny
and smoking.
and smoking.
Listen and learn.
You said everything goes. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, thank you very
Awesome.
much. Sam, hit that stop button.
Thank you.
Stop.